Hello guys, once again Navneet tutorials for Commerce Booster, especially for class 12, accountancy, business studies, economics and entrepreneurship. I have made this booster for the examination point of view for 2021, which will be held in the month of April and May. Means April to May, I mean to say. I have made only for the four main subject: accountancy, business studies, economics and entrepreneurship, as per the new syllabus 2018 MBOS and the solved solution of 2019 and 2020 class 12 final papers. In this booklet today I am going to discuss accountancy for 2019. So let's begin. Our accountancy page begins with page number 6. This is our accountancy question paper of 2019, commerce. Full marks is 80, 20 marks is internal, assigned by the institutions from financial analysis statement portion, part B. Now let's begin. The figure in the margin indicate full marks for the question general instructions. Points are: this question paper contains two parts, part A and part B. Part A and part B are compulsory for all candidates, and all parts of the questions should be attempted at one place. All right. Now let's begin with our question paper. Part A for 60 marks. Under this, the topics covered are the accounting for not-for-profit organization, partnership, firms and companies. Let's begin with the MCQs. Choose the correct answer. Question number 1. Choose the correct answer. That is MCQs, multiple choice question. Choose and write the correct answer. 1 marks for each. There are 4 questions. So let's begin. Question number A. Receipts and payment account is a. Options are personal account, real account, nominal account, and the answer is real account. And the opposite of this receipts and payment is income and expenditure. It is a nominal account. Please try to remember this. Next question, question number B. In the absence of agreement between the partners, interest will be allowed to the partners for loans given by them to the firm at the rate of 6%. As usual, always the teacher of your classroom or school, concerned teacher of accountancy, always used to explain regarding this. When there will be a absence of agreement and any loan given by partner to the firm, there the partner is entitled to get a interest on that loan or capital amount at the rate of 6% per annum. Question number C. If a new partner brings the amount of goodwill in cash, goodwill is transferred to old partner's capital account in. Options are sacrificing ratio, new ratio, gaining ratio, and the answer is sacrificing ratio, because old partners are sacrificing for the new and they are the only entitled for the premium for goodwill. Question number D. Called up capital is a part of reserve capital, paid up capital, subscribed capital, and the answer is option number 3, subscribed capital. Let's begin with question number 2. Answer the following questions. Short questions, 1 marks for each. 1 into 4 equals to 4. So 4 questions will be there. Number A. Write one feature of income and expenditure account. One feature of income and expenditure account is profit is not the criterion. This means they will earn the profit but not count as a profit, because these organizations are meant for the service to the society. And these are not a business concern. That's why they are preparing income and expenditure account. Second feature is surplus not distributed among its members like companies and partnership firm or proprietorship. Main aim is service. The basic aim of non-profit organization is to serve the society. I have written 2 more features because the more the knowledge for accountancy, it will be better for the examination, upcoming examination. Question number B, define partnership deed. That is, deed means agreement. The written form of agreement is known as partnership deed. Written documents which contains the terms and condition of partnership as decided by the partners is called partnership deed. Let me inform you, partnership deed or partnership is governed by which act? Partnership Act 1932. Please try to remember. Question number C. Write one situation where reconstitution of partnership took place. Reconstitution of partnership took place due to change in profit sharing ratio of existing partners. The one condition has been fulfilled. I have written 3 more so that in examination you will not get confused and you can write any of them. Admission of a new partner, retirement of an existing partner, death of a partner or dissolution of a firm. Some more points are there, but as per class 12 point, this much will do. Then D, give one point of difference between ordinary shares and preference shares. I have mentioned ordinary shares, that is equity shares. Normally ordinary shares are also known as equity shares. Alright. I have written basis ordinary shares, preference shares. Under it, the one point is meaning represents ownership of shares holders in the company under ordinary shares. Under preference shares, carry preferential rights on the payment of dividend and repayment of capital. Sorry. Now we move to our next question. What do you mean by subscription? Here, don't get confused that the subscription here they are asking as per the company accounts. They are asking related to the not-for-profit organization, and I have written nearby note as per not-for-profit organization for 2 marks. This is generally a revenue that is received on a recurring basis and is the main source of income for non-profit organization. The member of a club or society contributes a periodical amount to keep their membership alive. This amount is known as subscription. Question number 4. The average profit of a firm is rupees 60,000. The total assets of a firm are rupees 9 lakh. The value of other liabilities is rupees 5 lakh. Normal rate of return in the same business is 10% per annum. Find the value of goodwill on the basis of 3 years purchase of the super profit. Let's begin with the solution. According to the question, we are provided some information, and on that information we will calculate the goodwill of the firm on super profit basis for 3 years. The average profit of a firm equals to rupees 60,000. Normal profit equals to 10% of net assets. Now net assets here equals to total assets minus other liabilities, and it is given here rupees 9 lakh minus rupees 5 lakh equals to rupees 4 lakh. Therefore normal profit rupees 4 lakh, and 4 lakhs 10%, that is normal rate of return on a business, equals to rupees 40,000. Now super profit equals to average profit minus normal profit. So the average profit is 60,000 minus 40,000 is the normal profit, which gives us rupees 20,000. So goodwill of the firm equals to 3 years purchase of the super profit. Now 3 into rupees 20,000 equals to rupees 60,000 is the value of goodwill of the firm. Now we move to our next question, question number 5 for 2 marks. Briefly explain average profit method of valuing goodwill. Under average profit method, there are 2 methods. As we know, one is simple average method and another one is weighted average method. But for 2 marks, this much will do, and we will write only regarding the simple average profit method. Alright, steps for valuing goodwill under simple average profit method is or are: point number 1, find the total of the profit of required number of years. Divide the total profit by specified number of years, that is average profit. And number 3, multiply the average profit by specified number of times and get the goodwill. That's all, finish. You will get 2 marks for this. Question number 6. Write the journal entry for issuing shares at premium which is included in allotment for 2 marks. And the solution is in the books of companies journal entries. I have met the format, date, particulars, ledger folio, amount rupees, amount rupees. Above of amount I have written on the first column of amount debit, on the second column of amount credit. Now I have begin. If there is no date mentioned, we can just simply make the symbol of question mark. Now begin with the entries. Bank account debited to share application account, being application money received. Share application account debited to share capital account, being application money received and transferred to share capital account. Next, share allotment account debited to share capital account, and securities premium is also included. Then I have to pass the entry for securities premium to securities premium account, being allotment money due with the securities premium. Then bank account debited to share allotment account, being allotment money received. That's all for 2 marks. Finish. Question number 7. Write a brief note on fixed and fluctuating capital in partnership account for 3 marks. Difference between fixed and fluctuating capital accounts are basis, fixed capital account, fluctuating capital account. 3 columns are made. Point number 1. Meaning. Under fixed capital account, the capital account whose opening and closing balance remain unchanged is called fixed capital account. Fluctuating capital account, the capital account whose balance goes on changing is known as fluctuating capital account. Point number 2. Adjustment. Under fixed capital account, no adjustment regarding salary, interest and commission is made. Under fluctuating capital account, point number 2, adjustments are made. Point number 3, capital balance. Under fixed capital account, the balance of capital account will always remain positive. It will never be negative. Under fluctuating capital account, point number 3, the balance of capital may be negative. Next question. Question number 8. CB Limited forfeited 100 shares of rupees 10 each, rupees 8 called up for non-payment of allotment and first call of rupees 5. Full stop. 80 shares were reissued at rupees 7 per share, rupees 8 paid up. Now we move to our solution. In the books of CB Limited journal entries, I have made the format of journal entries, date, particulars, ledger folio, amount, debit amount, credit amount. Now we move to our journal entries. Date is not mentioned, so we again use the symbol of question mark. Share capital account debited to forfeited shares account debited to share allotment and first call account. Now 100 shares into 8, because the face value of share is 10, but company has asked only, that is called up only rupees 8, so the value of 8 rupees will be considered instead of 10. So share forfeited, to share forfeited account 100 shares into rupees 3. Why 3? Because we have received 3 rupees and 5 rupees we have not received yet, because allotment and first call money has not been received. It is already mentioned in the question. You can read it out for non-payment of allotment and first call money of rupees 5. Now 5 into 100 equals to 500. Total is 800. Both side equals. Now we have to write down narration. Being forfeiture of 100 shares, rupees 8 called up for non-payment of allotment and first call of rupees 5. Now again the entry of reissue of forfeited shares. Bank account debited to, share forfeited account debited to share capital account. 80 shares at the rate of rupees 8 is paid up. 640 in the credit side. Bank account debited. 80 shares at the rate of rupees 7 has been received. 560 rupees is debited to the debit side of the amount column, and forfeited shares account debited 80 shares into rupees 1, which is equals to 80 rupees, is the loss while reissue of shares, because we have issued and paid up value is 8, but instead of receiving 8 we are only getting rupees 7. Now 1 rupee is lost. Share forfeiture account, we have forfeited shares due to non-payment of 500 rupees, but 300 rupees we have already received, and out of 300 again we made a loss of 80 rupees in the reissue of entry. Then the balance is 220, and while making profit on forfeiture transfer to capital reserve, so the entry is share forfeiture account debited to capital reserve account. 300 minus 80 equals to 20, 220, 220. Now we move to our next question. Question number 9. Very easy question. Give 3 points of difference between a share and debenture for 3 marks. In our institution, wherever we are learning for commerce, every teacher, accountancy teacher used to make us to remember this so that we will not forget in our life. Even I have remembered till now. Please try to remember this. Difference between share and debentures are shares, equity shares. I am talking about here equity shares, and debentures are the creditors of the company. So debentures. So we start the point. Two columns are made under equity shares and debentures. Point number 1, shareholders are the owners of the company. Debenture holders are the creditors of the company. Point number 2, shareholders received dividend. Point number 2, debenture holders received interest. Point number 3, shareholders have voting rights. Debenture holders do not have voting rights. That's all. For only 3 marks. Question number 10. Excellency Company Limited took over the assets of rupees 5 lakh and liabilities worth rupees 2 lakh of JJ Limited Company. Pass necessary journal entries for the purchase of, if the company agrees to pay 9% debenture in full settlement of the claim of JJ Limited for rupees 3,40,000. Now the terms and condition, let's see. Excellency Company and JJ Limited Company. First we have to segregate these two things. Who is the seller and who is the buyer? JJ Limited is the seller and Excellency Company is the buyer. Now we have to pass the journal entries in the books of Excellency Company Limited. Journal entries. We have made the format, date, particulars, ledger folio, debit amount, credit amount. Now we move to the terms and condition. The terms and conditions are assets worth rupees 5 lakh, liabilities worth rupees 2 lakh, took over by the Excellency Limited. Alright. So the net assets value here is 3 lakh only. JJ Limited is only eligible to get 3 lakh rupees. But instead of getting 3 lakh rupees, JJ Limited asks Excellency Company that please issue me 9% debentures in your firm for 3,40,000 rupees instead of rupees 3 lakh. So 40,000 is what? 40,000 is a goodwill. The costing of this one is 3 lakh, but I am paying 3,40,000. The more for the assets is goodwill. It will arise the goodwill. That's why it is precious for me. That's why I am paying now. If it is not precious, why should I pay? That's all. Then we have to pass the entry. Sundry assets account debited to sundry liabilities account to JJ Limited account. Here sundry assets 5 lakh, sundry liabilities 2 lakh, and the difference is JJ Limited needs to get from Excellency Limited, that is 3 lakh. Sundry assets account debited, sundry liabilities account credited 2 lakh, 5 lakh, 2 lakh. We can understand. To vendors company account 9% debenture of rupees 3,40,000. So the total of credit side is 5,40,000 and the debit side is only 5 lakh. Then I have made an entry of debit side, goodwill account debited for rupees 40,000. That is the extra amount which I had talking about. Then being the purchase of net assets worth rupees 3 lakh for rupees 3,40,000. Now we move to our next entry. Vendors company account debited to 9% debenture account. So who is the vendor? Who is the seller? JJ Limited. So 9% debenture has been issued to JJ Limited, being issue of 9% debenture to vendor company. Alright. Now we move to our next question for 4 marks. It's theory. Write 4 points of difference between a partnership and a joint stock company. Don't get confused with joint stock company. Company will also do. Alright. Near about same. Not the similar, not the exact, but the same. Oh, not the same, but similar. Alright. Sorry. Let's begin. Answer. Difference between partnership and joint stock company are basis, partnership, joint stock company. Let's move to our points. Point number 1, law. Under partnership, partnership is governed by Partnership Act 1932. Under joint stock company, company is governed by Indian Companies Act 1956. Point number 2, number of members. There should be at least 2 members to form partnership. The maximum number in case of banking business is 10 and in case of other business are 100. Under joint stock company, the maximum number of members in a private company is 2 and in case of public company is 7. The maximum number in case of private company is 50 and public company has no limits. Point number 3, legal entity. Under partnership, A partnership has no separate legal entity, and a joint stock company, a company has a separate legal entity. That is called artificial person. Point number 4, liability. Under partnership, the liability of partners is unlimited. Under joint stock company, the liability of shareholder is limited to the face value of shares held by them. Now we move to our next question. What do you mean by employee stock option plan? Employee stock option plan, according to section 2 subsection 15A, option given to employees by the company to purchase or subscribe for the equity shares at a future date at prefixed price is known as employee stock option plan. Employee stock option plan is a voluntary scheme to retain highest caliber employee and provide them a sense of belonging. The plan encourages employee to have participation in the management of the company. Reservation of securities to employees should not be more than 5%. This scheme grants a right to employees to subscribe for securities. The employees may or may not exercise their right to purchase shares. Why only 5%? You are asking question by yourself only. If there will be more, then there will be an insider trading and the company will come under the act of SERA and SEBI for the prosecution. Now we move to our next question, practical question for 6 marks. Question number 13. From the following receipts and payment account of Dyna Club and from the information supplied, prepare an income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st March 2018. Receipts and payment account for the year ended 31st March 2018. As we can see, the format of receipts and payment account, this is the question part. Opening balance has been given, annual subscription, entrance fees, donation, life membership fees, proceeds of charity show, interest on investment. On the payment side, wages and salaries, powers and lights, expenses on charity show, rent, investment, balance carried down. Now what are the items we need to take, what are the items we don't need to take? As we can see, the solution I have made, so you can see and segregate, then only you can understand, because by practicing only you can understand accountancy. By reading you cannot. I have made only this reading so that it will be easy for your revision, because time is very less. Now the additional information provided by the question on 1st April 2017, the following balances appeared in the books of the club. Investment rupees 10,000, furniture rupees 5,000, life membership fund rupees 3,000, annual subscription outstanding rupees 2,000, annual subscription received in advance rupees 1,000, annual subscription due on 31st March 2018 rupees 4,000. Now we move to our solution. Solution here is we have to prepare income and expenditure account, that is debit side expenditure, credit side income, expenditure amount, income amount. We have to make like this, the format you can see. Now we have taken the items from the receipts and payment account. Opening balance and closing balance will not be considered in the income and expenditure account. Now we have take 2 wages, 2 powers and lights, 2 expenses on charity show, 2 rent. This much we have just copy paste from the question. Now income side, entrance fees, by donation, by proceeds of charity show, by interest on investment, this much just copy paste, no additional information. Now we move to our by annual subscription. Annual subscription for the current year is been given rupees 25,000. Add outstanding for current year, that is for 2018, that is rupees 4,000. It needs to be added, so it has become 29,000. Then we have less outstanding for the previous year, less received in advance for current year rupees 1,000, and we got in our outer column rupees 26,000. So total balancing figure is 62,000 both side, and the difference is 23,000, which is excess of income over expenditure, is known as surplus. I have made a note also so that it will be easy. Life membership fund is not being considered because it is a fund, and fund needs to be capitalized under balance sheet. Investment and furniture assets will appear in the balance sheet if there will be a depreciation, reduce, increase, sale or purchase, or if there will be any kind of difference, like if there will be loss or profit, that amount will only come in the income and expenditure account. Others will not considered in the income and expenditure account. Okay. Now we move to our next question. Question number 13, or again receipts and payment account for a club for the year ended 31st December. The club name has not been mentioned. 31st December 2017, and the receipts and payment account we have seen here is this. This is the format. Alright. Under receipt sides, opening balance, subscription for 3 years, that is previous year, current year and advance. So previous is 2016, current is 2017 and advance year is 2018. Sale of old furniture, cost inside the bracket has been given rupees 1000, outer column 600, entertainment receipts 10,000, sale of newspaper is 400. Now we move to our payment side, salaries, entertainment expenditure, general expenses, investment, printing and stationery, newspaper and periodicals, furniture, and the closing balance of receipts and payment account, balance CD. Now we move to our additional information. What is the additional information supplied by the question? The additional information is the club has 250 members, each paying an annual subscription of rupees 100 each. Rupees 50 are still in areas for subscription of 2016. In 2016, 10 members had paid their subscription for 2017 as well. Salaries paid include rupees 1000 for 2016 and rupees 1500 for 2018. Outstanding salaries for 2017 amounted to rupees 2000. Interest for the 3 months at the rate of 6% was accrued on investment. Accrued here means income earned but not yet received, but we have to recognize it. Now we move to our solution. Prepare income and expenditure account for the club for the year ended 31st December 2017. So the club name has not been mentioned, so I have written club only. Income and expenditure account of a club for the year ended 31st December 2017. Debit and credit side, both side, we have written income and expenditure account. Doesn't mean we have to write down debit side income or credit side expenditure. It will be wrong. So be careful. Debit side will be expenditure and credit side will be income. That's why in the question number 1 only I have already mentioned receipts and payment account is a real account and income and expenditure account is a nominal account. Now under expenditure side, 2 salaries 15,000 as per the receipts and payment account, less outstanding in the beginning rupees 1000, less advance for the next year rupees 1500. So we got the value 12,500 in the inner column, and again for the outstanding of the current year 2000 rupees has been added back, so 14,500 to the outer column. To entertainment expenditures rupees 6,000 outer column directly, no adjustment. To general expenses 5,000, no adjustment. To printing and stationery rupees 4,000, no adjustment. To newspaper and periodicals rupees 3,000, no adjustment. To loss on sale of furniture, they have sale for rupees 600 and the original cost price is rupees 1,000, so the loss of rupees 400 is in the outer column. Now we move to our credit side, that is income. By subscription rupees 20,000 for the current year had received in 2016. 10 members had already paid in advance of rupees 100, that is 1,000 rupees. Now it becomes to 21,000 as per additional information supplied above, that is 250 members at the rate of rupees 100 each will become 25,000. So outer column we have mentioned 25,000, but inner column as we can see 20,000 and 1,000, that is 21,000. So 4,000 is the difference. So 4,000 we have received in the current year, that is 2016 and 17 outstanding for. So we have added back, and the outer column we have got 25,000. By entertainment receipts, we have directly written because there is no adjustment, rupees 10,000. By sale of old newspapers rupees 400 we have written directly because there will be no adjustment. By interest on investment costing rupees 10,000 into 6% per annum. So 6% of 10,000 equals to 600 rupees into 3 by 12, because for only 3 months and in a year there are 12 months, so it will be divided by 12. So we got the amount of rupees 150 to the outer column. Both side total is 35,550 and we got the difference 2,650 to the debit side, and this will become 2 surplus because excess of income over expenditure. Excess of income is more than expenditure, that's why. Alright. Now we move to our next question, question number 14. Sunrise Company Limited issued 50,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each for public subscription at par, payable as follows: on application rupees 4, on allotment rupees 3, on first call and final call rupees 3. All the shares were subscribed for by the public and money received except the holder of 100 shares who failed to pay the first call and final call. These shares were forfeited by the company. 60 shares were reissued out of the forfeited shares at the rate of ₹9 each as fully paid up shares. Past necessary journal entries. As we can see, they have issued 55,000 equity shares and all are subscribed. No oversubscription, no undersubscription. Alright, as we can see the amount the company will ask in the future date. So on application 4, on allotment 3, on first and final call ₹3. Altogether is 10, which is equal to face value. No discount, no securities premium. All right, then as we can see in the information they have provided, except one shareholder holding 100 shares failed to pay first and final call. So default shareholders failed to pay, so his shares will be forfeited. That means cancellation of shares. And out of cancelled shares, 60 shares were reissued to the other shareholders, and the amount they have asked for the reissue of shares, that is ₹9 as fully paid up shares. No discount, again no reissue expenditure. So we have to pass the journal entries for 6 marks. Let's begin. Again I have made the journal entry format solution in the books of Sunrise Company Limited. Journal entries: date, particulars, ledger folio, amount, debit side, amount, credit side. Alright, now bank account debited to share application account 5,000 shares at the rate of ₹4 each, 20,000, 20,000 both side. Then share application account debited to share capital account. We have to transfer this, being application money transferred to share capital account 20,000 and 20,000. Again, share allotment account debited to share capital account 5,000 shares at the rate of ₹3 each, being allotment money due 15,000 debit, 15,000 credit. Then again bank account debited to share allotment account, being allotment money received 15,000 debit, 15,000 credit. Share first and final call account debited to share capital account, being first and final call money due on 5,000 shares at the rate of ₹3 each, 15,000 debit, 15,000 credit. Now we have asked and now we are getting the money. Bank account debited to share first and final call account, being first and final call money received on 4,900 shares. As I have already told you that in the first and final call, one shareholder holding 100 shares failed to pay, so we have not mentioned call in areas because it is not required. The more the journal entry, the more you will get confused. Better not to write. Alright, then being first and final call money received on 4,900 shares at the rate of ₹3, so the amount received by the company is 14,700, 14,700 both side. And again now the shares will be forfeited. Share capital account 100 shares at the rate of ₹10 each, 1,000 is the share capital value. Share forfeited, ₹7 they have received. So two shares for two forfeited shares account 100 shares at the rate of ₹7, 700 on the credit side. Two share first and final call account 100 shares at the rate of ₹3 each, they have not received on the final call, that is ₹300 on the credit side. Altogether 1,000, 1,000 both side, so is being tallied. Being forfeiture of 100 shares due to non-payment of call money. Then again next entry, bank account debited to share capital account. The entry is being passed for the reissue of forfeited shares. Out of 100 shares, 60 shares is being reissued at the rate of ₹9, that is fully paid up. Alright, 9 6 are 54, ₹540, 540 rupees they have received. Share forfeiture account debited to share capital account, because due to forfeiture the company earned ₹700 through the defaulter, and that money will be transferred to capital reserve account. Two minutes rest. Now we move to our next question. Let's begin. Rest finish. Or Moonshine Limited issued 500 equity shares of rupees 100 each for public subscription at rupees 20 premium, payable as follows. So on application rupees 40, on allotment rupees 50 including premium, on first and final call balance amount will be received. The public applied for rupees 600 shares. The excess application money was adjusted towards allotment. All the money was received except the call on 100 shares. These 100 shares were forfeited and reissued them later on at the rate of rupees 80 as fully paid up. Pass necessary journal entries and maintain a cash book account. Alright, as asked by the question. Now let's analyze the paper first. Moonshine Limited issued how much? 500 shares at the rate of rupees 100 each. 100 is the face value. Securities premium how much? 20 rupees per share. So the face value of each share will become with securities premium. So the new amount will be 120 rupees. So out of 120 rupees on application 40 rupees. So 120 minus 40 equals to how much? 80. Out of 80 they have received 50 on allotment. So 30 is left. So 30 rupees on the balance of first and final call. But in 50 rupees of allotment there is including of 20 rupees to the securities premium and 30 rupees on the allotment. Now the public applied for how much shares? 600 shares. Issued 500, applied for 600, excess. So excess of 100 shares will be adjusted towards allotment, but that excess is known as oversubscription. Now we move to our solution. So in this the cash book is also needs to be maintained. I'll see later on the cash book. First I move to the journal entries. In the books of Moonshine Limited, journal entries, date, particulars, ledger folio, amount, debit, amount, credit. Now bank account debited to share application account, being application money received on 600 shares at the rate of rupees 40 each. That's all. 4 6 are 24, 24,000 on the debit, 24,000 on the credit side. Then again another entry, share application account debited to share capital account, share application account debited to share capital account, to share allotment account, being application money received transferred to share capital account, and excess money received on application adjusted towards allotment. So 600 shares into rupees 40 equals to 24,000 on the debit side, 500 shares into rupees 40 equals to 20,000, that is credit side. That one is transferred to the share capital, and the excess money adjusted towards allotment is 100 shares into 40 rupees, that is 4,000. This one will be adjusted towards allotment. Now we move to our next entry, entry number 3. Share allotment account debited to share capital account, to securities premium account, being allotment money due on 500 shares at the rate of rupees 50 each, which includes securities premium of rupees 20 per share. So share allotment account 50 into 500 shares, that is 25,000 on the debit side. Share capital equals to 30 into 500 shares equals to 15,000 on the credit side. Securities premium 20 into 500 shares, that is 10,000. We have asked, now we will receive how much? Bank account debited to share allotment account. Out of 25,000 we have received only 21,000 because 4,000 we have already received and it is already adjusted towards the allotment. Now we have made the adjustment. So 21,000 on the debit side and 21,000 on the credit side. Now we move to our next entry. Share first call account debited to share capital account, being first call money due on 500 shares at the rate of rupees 30 each. So it will become on the debit side 15,000, on the credit side 15,000. Now we have asked what we will get. Let's see to the next entry. Bank account debited to share first call account, being first call money received on 400 shares at the rate of rupees 30 each. So that is 12,000, 12,000. One shareholder failed to pay. Next entry is forfeiture. Share capital account 100 shares at the rate of rupees 100 each. That securities amount will not be included in this due to some act. So 10,000 amount of share capital. To forfeited shares account 100 shares at the rate of rupees 70 they have received. So that one will be forfeited and cancellation of shares. Now, to share first call account which they have not received, due to that reason only the shares has been forfeited. So being forfeiture of 100 shares due to non-payment of call money 3000. Alright, altogether debit side 10,000, credit side 10,000. Now we have reissued the same 100 shares at the rate of rupees 80 each, fully paid up. Now bank account debited to share capital account. 80 into 100 equals to 8,000, 8,000 both side. Being reissue of 100 shares at the rate of rupees 80, fully paid up. Now share forfeiture account debited to capital reserve account. Being profit on forfeiture transferred to capital reserve account. How? Because 7,000 is being forfeited, and that profit, that is a profit for the company, indirect type, but it is a profit only for the company, and that money will not be returned back to the shareholder. So that money will be forfeited and it will be transferred to the capital reserve and utilized for in future, and utilized in the future. Now we move to our next question. Question is from partnership. X and Y are in partnership, sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 5:3 respectively. Their balance sheet as on 31st March 2018 is as follows. Balance sheet of X and Y as on 31st March 2018. Liabilities amount, assets amount, no debit credit in the balance sheet, as you know in class 11. Now creditors 28,000, workman compensation reserve 12,000, bank loan account 20,000, capital account of X and Y 50,000, 40,000, altogether 1,50,000. Now on the asset side, bank is 15,800, debtors inner column 40,000, less provision 1,800, outer column 38,200. Stock is 56,000, investment is 10,000, plant is 30,000, altogether 1,50,000. Now we move to additional information, that is adjustment. Through this we know that is this a retirement or admission. Now Z is admitted, so this is the question of admission. Z is admitted on 1st April 2018 in partnership on the following terms. The new profit sharing ratio will be 4:3:2 between X, Y, Z. So new profit sharing ratio is also been included in the terms and condition of partnership. Point number 2, the new partner will bring 25,000 for his own capital and 8,000 as premium for goodwill for the old partner for their sacrifice of the business. Now rupees 8,000 of investment, 10,000 on the asset side is being shown. Out of that 10,000, 8,000 is being taken by X and Y, and only 2,000 will be left. That one will be considered in the, we will see in the solution. Now in their old profit sharing ratio 5:3, stock to be reduced by 10%. This one will be in your revaluation account, decrease in the value of assets. Provision for doubtful debts, decrease in the value of assets. Liability for workman compensation reserve, before it was 12,000, now it needs to be maintained at 3,000. So it is a reserve fund, so reserve fund will be considered. It can be in the revaluation also, your answer will not be different, but it is a reserve fund, so we will consider directly and directly transfer in the partners capital account. Now we move to our solution. Revaluation account, to stock account, to provision for doubtful debts 5,600 is the amount of 10% of 56,000. To provision for doubtful debts 40,000 into 5% 200, altogether 5,800. It is total loss. By loss transferred to X capital account, Y's capital account in the profit sharing ratio 5:3. Now we move to partners capital account. As well as we are in class 12, the partners capital account begins with by balance brought down, and in X capital account and Y capital account we got 50,000 and 40,000. Then we got revaluation loss. On the debit side we have written to revaluation account, and inside the bracket we have to write down loss. Then the loss is been transferred to the X and Y, Z is nil. Then again, by, is there any reserve fund? No reserve fund, but reserve old profit. If there will be, then we have to transfer that profit or reserve fund. Then by bank account, because Z is bringing capital for his own 25,000. Then premium for goodwill, this I left it because I'll let you know later on. I have to show some calculation for sacrificing ratio. By workman compensation fund reserve, out of 12,000 in the balance sheet, 3,000 needs to be maintained. So out of 12,000, 3,000 is only needs to be maintained in the new balance sheet. So how much is left? 9,000. That 9,000 will be distributed among the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio, and we have distributed 5,625 and 3,375. Now we move to premium for goodwill. For premium for goodwill, old ratio is 5:3, new ratio is 4:3:2. So we have to calculate sacrificing ratio, because who is sacrificing more, we have to see. So this is the working note. Calculation of sacrificing ratio. For X sacrificing ratio 5 by 8 minus 4 by 9, and for Y sacrificing ratio 3 by 8 minus 3 by 9, which is equals to 13 by 16 and 3 by 16, and we have just distributed 13:3, and we got the amount, and we have transferred in the partners capital account on the credit side by premium for goodwill 6,500 on the X capital account and Y capital account 1,500. Now we have balanced all figures, but before balancing I have forgot to mention that investment of 10,000, 8,000 is being taken by the old partner, and they have just taken, and it will be written on the debit side of the, because it is an asset. So they have just taken, so it will be written on the debit side of the partners capital account, and in their profit sharing ratio 8,000, 5:3, 5,000 for X and 3,000 for Y. Now we have to balancing whichever side is more, that one will be balanced. So balance here, credit side is more, 62,125 for X, Y 44,875, and for Z 25,000. We have written both sides all together, and then we have just deducted the debit side amount, and we got the two balance CD. For X 53,500, for Y 39,700, and for Z 25,000. Now we move to our balance sheet. The new balance sheet of X, Y and Z as on 31st April 2018. This is the balance sheet. Liabilities amount, assets amount. Now we move to creditors. No adjustment, as it is 28,000. Workman compensation reserve, out of 12,000 only 3,000 new reserve. Bank loan account, as it is, no adjustment, 20,000. Capital account, X is 53,500, Y is 39,700, Z is 25,000. Altogether 1,18,200 to the outer column. Altogether in the amount column is 1,69,200. Now we move to asset side. Bank account is 15,800. Z new capital is 25,000. Premium for goodwill is 8,000. Altogether outer column 48,800. Debtors 40,000 less provision at the rate of 5%, 2,000 rupees, because 1,800 they have already mentioned, and 200 is the new provision, and we have added, and altogether 2,000 we have deducted, and 38,000 is on the amount column, outer column. Now stock is 56,000, 10% reduced. Now the 90% of stock is 50,400 in the outer column. Investment 8,000 is been taken by X and Y. Now 2,000 is only left for the new partners or new balance sheet. So 2,000 to the outer column. Plant 30,000 as it is, no adjustment. Altogether 1,69,200. Both side tally. Thank you. Now we move to our next question. This is the working note. I'll just highlight for a moment. All right. Or question. The following was the balance sheet of Anu, Binu, and who were sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 2:1, that is 2/3 and 1/3, as on 31st March 2018. The balance sheet of Anu and Binu as on 31st March 2018 are liabilities amount, assets amount. Capital of Anu and Binu 30,000, 20,000, and creditor is 65,900. Altogether amount is 1,15,900, and on the asset side cash is 1,200, sundry debtors is 9,700, stock 20,000, plant and machinery 35,000, building 50,000, altogether 1,15,900. Now we move to the additional information. With effect from 1st April 2018, as they agreed to admit Minu, one new partner has come. The name of new partner is Minu, into partnership for 1/3 shares in the profit on the following terms. 1/3, she will get the 1/3 share in the profits. of the following terms. Minu was to bring how much capital? 15,000, and the premium for goodwill is 6,000. That the value of plant and machinery were to be reduced by 10%. The provision for doubtful debts created on debtors at the rate of 5%. That the building was appreciated. Building has been increased by 20%. Prepare revaluation account, capital account, partners capital account, and opening balance sheet of new firm. Let's see the solution. So revaluation account, debit credit, revaluation account, particulars amount. Now on the debit side, decrease in the value of assets. On the credit side, increase in the value of assets. To plant and machinery, 35,000 at the rate of 10%, that is 3,500, outer column. On the credit side, buy building 50,000 at the rate of rupees 20%, that is 10,000. To provision for doubtful debts, 9,700 into 5% equals to 485. Now altogether both side we are making, the bigger side is credit side 10,000. We have just write down the amount both side, and the difference is in credit side is more than debit side, so it is a profit. So to profit transfer to Anu's account and Binu's account, the profit difference is 6,015, and 6,015 is being distributed among Anu and Binu in the ratio of 2:1, that is 2/3, 1/3, 4,010 and 2,005. Now we move to our partners capital account. This is our partners capital account. Now as well as we are in class 12, partners capital account begins with buy balance brought down 30,000, 20,000 in Minu dash, by revaluation account because now it is profit, so 4,010, 2,005. By cash account, Binu has bring a capital for his own, that is 15,000 in her column. Then by premium for goodwill 4,000 and 2,000 because 6,000 is been bought, and that 6,000 is distributed among Anu and Binu in the ratio of 2:1. Now altogether Anu column 38,010, Binu column 24,005 and Minu column 15,000, and we have just total and write it both side. Now to balance CD, the closing balance under balancing figure, debit side no balance to deduct it, and we have written directly 38,010, 24,005 and Minu is 15,000. Our partners capital is finished. Now we move to our opening balance of Anu, Binu and Minu. As on 31st March 2018, capital account, liabilities amount, assets amount. Capital account of Anu, Binu and Minu is 38,010, 24,005 and 15,000, altogether outer column 77,015, and the creditor amount without adjustment, so it will directly return 65,900, altogether is 1,42,915 on the liability side. Now we move to our asset sides. On the asset sides, cash is 1,200, cash bought by Minu for her own capital 15,000, premium for goodwill 6,000, altogether outer column 22,200. Now sundry debtors 9,700 less provision at the rate of 5%, so 95% of sundry debtor is 9,215. Stock is 20,000, no adjustment, so we have written directly to the outer column. Plant and machinery 35,000 less depreciation at the rate of 10%, 3,500. So in outer column 90% of plant and machinery is 31,500. Building 50,000, 20% is being increased, so 50,000 into 120% equals to 60,000 to the outer column. Altogether of the asset side is 1,42,915. So our balance sheet is tally both sides. Thank you. Now we move to our next question. This is the question of retirement. The balance sheet of K, N and P, who were partners in firm, sharing profits according to their capital as on 31st March 2018 was as follows. Balance sheet of K, N and P as on 31st March 2018, liabilities amount, assets amount. Let's see the balance sheet of K, N and P. Creditor 42,000, K's capital 1,60,000, N's capital 80,000, P's capital 80,000, reserve is 40,000. Building 2 lakh, machinery 1 lakh, stock 36,000, debtors 40,000, inner column less provision 2,000, 38,000, outer column. Cash at bank 28,000. Altogether both side 4 lakh 2,000, 4 lakh 2,000. We have to make here double line. let's only single line will do. I'll do it later on to close it, or the balance will brought down. Now we move to our additional information. On 1st April 2018, N decided to retire from firm and was paid for his share in the firm subject to the following: building to be appreciated by 20% and machinery will be depreciated by 20%. Provision for bad and doubtful debts increased to 15% on debtors. Goodwill of the firm is valued at rupees 1,44,000 and the retiring partner is to be adjusted through the capital account of the remaining partner. Prepare revaluation account, partner's capital account and balance sheet of N's retirement. Let's begin with the revaluation account. Now, revaluation account, plant and machinery 20% decrease, 1 lakh 20% equals to 20,000 outer column. By building 2 lakh 20% is 40,000 on the credit side is been increased, increase in the building. So assets increase, credit side. 2 provision for bad and doubtful debts, inner column amount 40,000 as we have seen, that one is been raised to 15%. So 15% of 40,000 equals to it will be 6,000. It needs to be 6,000. All right, 6,000, but 2,000 has been already differentiated in the old balance sheet. So in the new revaluation account we have to write down only 4,000. 6,000 minus 2,000 and outer column 4,000. 2. Now no additional information regarding revaluation account. So credit side is bigger, 40,000 40,000 and 16,000 is the difference. So K and P are the partner, so the profit will be transferred to the partner's capital account. K, N and P will get their profit in the ratio of as per their capital. So the capital of K is 1,60,000, N is 80,000 and P is 80,000. So their profit sharing ratio will become 80,000. If we will consider 80,000 means 1 and again 80,000 means once, then 1,60,000 will become double. So 2:1:1 is the profit sharing ratio of the partners. Alright. Now I have written as it is in the partners revaluation account and I have transferred the profit as per the profit sharing ratio of the partner, and 16,000 is being transferred to K's capital account 8,000 and N's capital account 4,000, P's capital account again 4,000. Now both side tally 40,000 40,000. Now we move to our partner's capital account. This is our partner's capital account. In admission or retirement, there's partner's capital account will begin in same manner by balance brought down 1,60,000, 80,000 and again 80,000. By revaluation account, because it is profit, so this one will be written in the credit side of the partner's capital account. Alright, then by reserve account, the old reserve of 40,000 is being distributed among the old partners. As we can see, by K's capital account and by P's capital account, 24,000 in N's capital account in N's column and 12,000 in N's column. Now I'll show you, this is a calculation. 1,44,000 in the goodwill and the N's share is 1/4. This is 36,000 and the 36,000 is being distributed among the non-retiring partners and they have paid to N. And the same amount you will see on the debit side in K, 24,000 is beared by K and from P 12,000. Now altogether we make a total of the credit side 1,88,000, 1,30,000 and 94,000. Alright, then we just deduct it. First we will write N's loan account because it is not written over there that we have to pay cash or paid off the N right now. So we will get in the our let me make some more easy, simple to understand. N is no longer the partner. Now his amount is still in the business as a loan, not the capital. Now no profit sharing ratio, nothing, only the interest he will entitle in the future, but whenever he needs he can take it. Alright, so that's why we have written to N's loan account. All right. And in the n column, 1,30,000 is the difference. No, the total, no difference is there. And the balance sheet is 1,64,000 and 1,82,000 in K and P. Now we move to our balance sheet. Liabilities amount, assets amount, creditor 42,000, no adjustment, capital account 1,64,000 and 82,000 of K and P. That is outer column 1,46,000, and we have just segregated and loan account, no more partner, so 1,30,000. It is still in the balance sheet but not as a partner. Now we move to our asset side. Building is 2 lakh, appreciated by 20%, 2 lakhs. 120% equals to 2,40,000. Machinery 1 lakh, reduced by 20%, so 80% of machinery is 80,000. Stock 36,000, no changes. Debtors 40,000, 15% decrease. Provision, less provision 15,000. Oh, sorry, 15%. So 6,000 is there. So outer column is 34,000. And cash at bank as it is 28,000. Now we move to our working note. Calculation of N share of goodwill. Goodwill of the firm valued 1,44,000 is being given the information in the question of additional information. 1/4 is the N share. We have just 1/4 the 1,44,000 and we got the value of rupees 36,000. Now cash sharing ratio is 36,000 into 2/3 equals to 24,000. Piece sharing ratio 36,000 into 1/3, that is 12,000, and altogether N share of goodwill equals to 36,000. Now we move to our next question. This question is Bhatia and Sethia were carrying on business in partnership, sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2 respectively. They closed their books of accounts on 31st December every year. Their balance sheet as on 31st December 2017 was as follows. Balance sheet of Bhatia and Sethia as on 31st December 2017. Liabilities, assets. So Bhatia's capital account 90,000, Sethia 60,000, reserve is 30,000, creditor is 20,000. Altogether 2 lakh on the asset side, furniture 20,000, stock 1 lakh, debtors 50,000, cash in hand 30,000, altogether 20,000, 2 lakh, both side tally. Now the terms and conditions. Sethia died on 1st May 2018. When died? 1st May 2018. Partnership deed provides that in the event of death of a partner, his heir would be entitled to. So who died? Sethia died. Bhatia is not died. So his legal heir will get his share. Share of reserves on the date of the last balance sheet. Share of profits to the last date of based on the profit of the last accounting year. Share of goodwill, which is to be calculated on the average profit of the last 3 accounting years. Profits for the preceding years is being given. Let's see. 2015 41,800, 2016 39,200, and 2017 45,000. Prepares Sethia's account and his executor's account. Working will form part of our answer. So the solution is we have to make a capital account of Sethia. This is a question of death. Debit, credit, particulars amount, only Sethia's account we are maintaining. Before in admission and retirement, 3 more columns for 3 partners. Now here only Sethia, so we have to make for only one. As well as we are in class 12, by balance brought down 60,000, by reserve fund 30,000 into 2/5, which we got 12,000 to the outer column. By old profit 45,000 in the additional information as we have seen. So 2/3 of 45,000 equals to 18,000. By Bhatia's capital account, share of goodwill. Now the goodwill is being calculated below that the working capital I have made below the Sethia's executor account. I'll show you later on. Just right now you see the amount 16,800. Now altogether of the credit side is 1,06,800, and we have just total it and write it down both side amount column and close it. And now to balance CD is the balancing figure transferred to Sethia's capital or executor's account. Now 1,06,800 they will get. Who will get? The executor of Sethia. Now again I have made one format, ledger format. date particulars, particulars amount, debit, credit, both side. Sethia's executor account, the legal here. Now whatever I have balance CD on the above, I have carried down below by balance brought down, transferred from Sethia's capital account, and again that I have made to balance CD, that now it belongs to the executor, no more Sethia's. So 1,06,800, 1,06,800, very easy for 6 marks, free of cost. This is the working capital of Sethia's goodwill. As we can see, 3 years profit 41,800, 39,200, 45,000, altogether 1,26,000. I have deducted or divided by 3. I got the average 42,000, and 42,000 into 2 by 5 equals to 16,800, and that is only the share of goodwill of Bhatia. So in Sethia, I can't write Sethia. I have written Bhatia. Sethia will get, but it is a share of goodwill. I can't write in the books of Sethia again the name Sethia. I cannot repeat it. I can write down the share of goodwill or by Bhatia's capital account, because Bhatia is paying, no more partner, only Bhatia. Now it will become the proprietor or one-man company also. LLP, limited liability partnership, let it be. These all are technical terms, you will get confused. Now I'll move to our part B. It's already 1 hour 6 minutes. Too long paper. Just the reading and analysis took 1 hour, and while doing in the examination, I hope so those who were too fast to write all answers and too fast to solve it, by practicing only you can do it. By looking and by learning you cannot. You have to learn by practicing. Without practice, accounts you will not understand, because it's quite technical. Some of the terms and conditions are very rigid to understand. Part B, financial statement analysis. This is the part B of accountancy paper for 20 marks. Now I have begun with question number 17. Choose and write the correct answer. 1 marks for 1 question, and which is 2 questions they have asked. 1 into 2 equals to 2. Question number A, an objective of an analysis of financial statement. What is the objective of analysis of a financial statement? Options are issue of shares. Option number 2, measure the solvency. Option number 3, purchase raw materials. Option number 4, publish final accounts. And the answer is option number 4, publish final accounts. काल का था 150 हम पेड किया था ना. B, an example of cash flow from operating activity is, options are point number 1, rent received, point number 2, discount on issue of shares written off, point number 3, interim dividend paid, and point number 4, sale of non-current investment, and the option is rent received. Now we move to our write the formula of debt equity ratio for 1 mark, and again one more question, write one limitation of cash flow for 1 marks. So the formula of debt equity ratio equals to debt by equity. Debt equals to long term borrowings plus long term provisions. Light has gone. Load shedding. Debt equals to long term borrowings plus long term provisions, or total debts minus current liabilities, or capital employed minus equity. And under equity shareholders fund, share capital plus reserves plus surplus, or total assets minus total debts. Or non-current assets, tangible assets plus intangible assets plus non-current trade investment plus long-term loans and advances plus working capital minus non-current liabilities, that is long-term borrowings plus long-term provisions. One limitation of cash flow statement is fail to represent net profit. The net cash flow fails to present the net income of a firm for the period, as it ignores non-cash items which are considered by profit and loss statement. Question number 19. What items are included in shareholders fund? Shareholders fund or shareholders equity formula equals to total assets minus total liabilities. So shareholder funds include equity share capital, preference share capital, securities premium, reserves and surplus, capital reserves minus preliminary expenses, discount on issue of shares, loss on issue of debentures, loss in the business. Question number 20. List any 3 tools for analyzing financial statements for 3 marks. The 3 tools for analyzing financial statements are: point number 1, balance sheet. In financial accounting, a balance sheet is a summary of the financial balances of an individual or organization, whether it to be a sole proprietorship, a business partnership, a corporation, private limited company, or other organizations such as government or not-for-profit entity. Point number 2, the income statement. An income statement or profit and loss account is one of the financial statement of a company and shows the company's revenue and expenses during a particular period. It includes or indicates how the revenues are transformed into the net income or net profit. Next is the cash flow statement. In financial accounting, a cash flow statement, also known as statement of cash flow, is a financial statement that shows how changes in balance sheet accounts and income affects cash and cash equivalents and breaks the analysis down to operating, investing and financing activities. Question number 21. I'll continue to another video. Alright. Now, no power.